Welcome to another Market Watch with Maurice. I am Maurice, your host. Before we get started, let me go ahead and give you my investment disclaimer. The following video is for information purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. Okay, so thank you and welcome to the show. Today this is gonna be a pretty long video, and we're gonna be covering a little bit of everything from Bitcoin, stock market, Shiba Inu, the economy, inflation, a couple spotlight news about certain companies, and then we're gonna be talking about the new inflation relief bill. So buckle up and let's get started. So right now I want to share my screen with you. Okay, and talk about some big news that Amazon has going on right now. According to CBS Essential, Amazon is buying iRobot. Okay, and iRobot is the robot vacuum cleaners that you see right here. I have one of these. I love it. The only thing I don't like about it really is that it's cool, but you know, it gets filled up with dust and dirt real quick, and you have to change out the filters and the little brushes. But other than that, it's really good. I haven't tried the one that mops the floor yet. But Amazon is buying this company. I guess if you can't beat them, join them. So that's what a lot of technical companies are doing right now. They're buying companies that they either tried to compete with and they can't beat that company. So what they're doing, they just go ahead and purchase the company. And like I said, Roomba, I think that's the name of the company, iRobot Roomba. Right here, you can see that. Amazon is buying this particular company. In this article, they don't say for how much. Let's see. Nope, they don't say for how much, but Amazon is in talks to buy this company. 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna get it. Let's take a look at Amazon's stock price right now. Okay, it's at 141.43, and that was after the split a couple months ago. They were over, I think maybe $2,000-3,000 a pop, but when they split recently, it went down to 141. So people can afford to, novice can afford to get the shares now. Okay, so that's a good thing. Let's go over a little bit more of their matrix. Right now they have a market cap of 1.44 trillion. So that's a huge market cap. So I would consider Amazon what I call a blue chip stock. Amazon is a blue chip stock, and I have a series about blue chip stocks on this channel if you want to check out some of the companies. But they are a blue chip stock. It's amazing what Jeff Bezos was able to do in the last 20 years, taking out a lot of companies, drawing out companies, and getting people shut down. And I mean, it's a behemoth. It has a juggernaut. It was one of the first companies that advertised on Google. I guess Amazon and Google started kind of at the same time, and Amazon invested in Google Ads. So that's a stellar thing for them to do. Okay, so they were started in 94, and they had 1.6 million employees. And here's some more news about Amazon, just quick little briefs. It says Apple and Amazon destroy the streaming business. Microsoft and Amazon stock 5 critical earnings. Amazon Web Service Chief Marketing Officer to step down. Amazon lawsuit accuses company of selling fake reviews. So that was a big thing. It was a lot of people a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, where you could buy reviews. If you were a Amazon seller, it was a big dust up because a lot of people were buying Amazon reviews. I think you can get them for like $5 per review, and you had people going in there just buying a lot of reviews. Now, since Amazon is a growth stock, they do not pay a dividend. So you see that right there. And I'm using Google Finance, by the way. This is one of my favorite tools to use when I'm just doing a quick overview of stocks. Okay. Normally I use my Robinhood back office. Okay. And here goes some of the winners. Let's look at some of the winners and losers of the day. Let's go to the home page. Okay. So Google Finance will tell you the winners and losers. So that's good for you to know if you're really heavily invested in the market. So the most active stocks right now are Advanced Micro Devices, AMC, Petróleo Brasileiro, Apple, Rivian Automotive, and Neo Inc. Some of the gainers for today are the WeTrade Group. It was up 29%. Okay. Payoneer Global, which is a payment processor, up 23%. LegalZoom is up 21% today. Rocket Lab USA, 16%. Evgo Inc., 13.55%, and Global Foundries Inc. up 13%. So these stocks are up for today. Okay, let's take a look at the losers. Okay, Certara Inc. down 14%. AMT Digital down 10%. Natura and Company Holding America down 11%. Illumia Inc. 9% down. Agilion Health 9% down, and Full Truck Alliance 8% down. And on the trending side, even though Illumina was a loser today, they're trending. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that company. Maybe we'll take a look at it. Ginkgo Bioworks trending. Vero Inc. trending. Smile Direct Club trending. That's a pretty cheap stock too, guys. It's only $1.71 a share. It seems like people are very interested in their smile. Dentistry has come a long way since the early 2000s. People, I see a lot of younger people getting full veneers, porcelain veneers. It seems like it's very trendy right now to get your teeth all brighty white. Okay. Rivian Automotive, they're trending in nano genomics trending. Okay, so here's a couple stocks you might be interested in. Again, you can just hop on over to Google Trends and just take a look at everything. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, and you could use Google Finance for crypto also. So right now, Bitcoin is holding steady at 23,000. I think a few weeks ago it had sunk down to 18,000. Let's see. 1 month. Let's see 1 month. Yeah, it got down to 19,000 a month ago. So it's up, and I still believe that Bitcoin, it may not be the number one crypto in the future, but it's a catalyst that everybody know that cryptocurrency can be used in the future. Okay, so I don't want to say anything bad about banks because I'm heavily invested in some banks, but a lot of people are tired of their BS. I know I'm tired of some of the stuff they do. Okay, and some news about crypto. Let's see. What crypto winner? Schwab launches ETF giving investors significant cryptocurrency exposure. So that's one clue that you know crypto is not going anywhere, because you got some of the really, really big dogs dealing with crypto. They're finally coming around. And this story right here is on CNBC. I'm not going to read the story because YouTube doesn't like us to just outright read the story. I'm just going to give you a quick brief of what it's about and let you know where you can find it. Okay. But this is telling us that Schwab, hey, they down with crypto. They with it. Okay. Because some of their big investors, some of the big wigs, some of the whales are really interested in crypto. So yeah, Bitcoin is holding steady at 23,943.30. So leave some comments below. Are you still heavily invested in Bitcoin? Are you thinking about Ether, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu? So let's go over some of these other cryptos current prices. So you got Ether right now. It's at 1,933. You got Litecoin. It's at $61.78. You have Dogecoin at 7 cents. Cardano at 53 cents. And let me look on my phone for Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, the meme coin, it's at 0.00001244. So it's holding pretty steady. So the market is holding pretty steady. Now I believe that is because of inflation. Because when I flip over here to this site, I'm on CoinDesk.com, and I'm not gonna read the article for you. I'm just gonna give you a quick briefing. I've already read this article, but if you want to read it, just go over to CoinDesk. But basically, what it's saying, since inflation went down in July to 8.5%, Bitcoin and other cryptos have been jumping. That's basically what this article says, because I'm not going to read the article because YouTube doesn't want me to read articles verbatim. Okay. And so let's go here, jump here in the Fed Chairman, Jerome Powell. Okay. Inflation rate drops to 8.5% in July, but has it peaked? We're not there yet. So they really don't know what's going on with inflation. The important number to know, in my opinion, would be the GDP number for this quarter. Because if the GDP goes down or doesn't go up, then that definitely means we're in a recession. And so that's something the country has been trying to avoid. And so what President Biden has done, he has passed what he calls the Inflation Relief Act. Let's talk about that a little bit. So he proposed, and this is on Catholic News Agency, okay, and he signed a bill for $485 billion, and he's calling it the Inflation Relief Act. And what it is, he's gonna do different economic things to try to reduce inflation, give tax breaks, and spend money on climate, energy, and healthcare. Okay. But one thing that's in that bill that a lot of people don't like, I'm neutral, but a lot of people don't like that 124 billion is going to beef up tax enforcement. Okay. So, and they're going to hire 87,000 new IRS agents. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go down, but that's a lot of IRS people. 87,000. It's still probably gonna take them a minute to get everything in the system. You know, bureaucracy is very slow. They still gotta hire all these people. If they could find 87,000 people, I'm not sure what they're paying them. Then they got to train these people, and these people have to be thorough and on their job to make sure that they catch people. Okay. Now, one thing I did notice, and I already, like I said, I already read this article before I came on, is Senator Bernie Sanders does not like this bill. Okay. He said it would have a minimal effect on inflation. Okay. He said this is going to have a very minimal effect on inflation. He don't believe that this is really going to help. I mean, what else can they do besides try different things? I know one thing, that 369 billion in climate change provisions is going to shift us to green energy. So I think that's the biggest key that they want to do, is move us over from some of this energy that we're using, whether it be gas, electric, or nuclear energy, and get us over to green energy. Now, I'm not a climate specialist. I don't claim to be a climate specialist, but maybe that would help. Maybe it would create a lot of jobs. What do you guys think? Okay, we're just talking about money here. We're talking about money. So leave some comments below. What do you think? Will this climate bill help the country? And what do you guys think about President Biden so far? He's been president for 2 years now. Has he done a great job? Has he dropped the ball? What do you guys think? My opinion, I'm neutral. Okay, because I believe that a lot of stuff that happened in our life, we kind of control. And I remember a millionaire told me this when I was very young. He said, if you teach me the rules to a game, I'm going to play that game and I'm going to win. So I look at life sort of like a game. If you look at it like this, sort of like a game. You go to work, you make money, you buy a house, you get married, you go to all this stuff. It's like a game. So once you teach somebody the rules of a game, they can win. They can win that game. So let's flip on back over here to Google Finance. Okay, so we're back on Google Finance, and let's look at the car industry. Now, I know Ford, I was getting my car fixed yesterday. That's why I brought it up. I was at a dealership. No, not that Ford. Ford Auto. We're looking for Ford Auto. I was at a car dealership, and I noticed, Ford Motor Company. Here we go. And it was pretty empty. They didn't have many people in there. The salesmen were just sitting around telling jokes and drinking coffee. And it made me think of something the CEO of Ford said. And he said that they want consumers to buy cars directly from them, cutting out the middleman. So what do you guys think about that? I think you could save a lot of money if you cut out commissions and all the stuff that dealers try to tack on. And with the internet, you'll just, I think in the future, maybe 10 years from now, 15 years, when you want a car, you're just going to go online, order it, and they're going to deliver it just like a pizza, just like Uber Eats. And when you want a used car, same thing. Now, you on used cars, you may not be able to get all the specs that you want. Okay, but you probably won't go down to dealerships, or if you do, it's because you already picked out what you wanted. You've looked at it and you've decided that's what you want. So a lot of the dealerships, I mean, during this the past 2 years, now this is just my personal opinion, they've been very unscrupulous. They put people in cars that they knew they couldn't afford. They put people in cars with bad credit, and they knew, this is how I feel, that they knew that this person probably was going to only make their notes for maybe a year or 2 years. But they would sign them up for 6-year notes. You know, that's a long time to pay a car note, 72 months. Okay. And then they knew that they could find another company to finance these people, put them in the car, tack on all kinds of stuff, like especially if it was a used car. If you went and bought a used car within the last 2 years, they tack on all kind of stuff like extended warranty, this and that, this and that. So those guys haven't been, in my opinion, again, I keep saying my opinion because I don't want to badmouth auto dealers or auto salesmen. But they do have a few bad apples that jumped in and start doing stuff that they knew that they wasn't supposed to do. Okay, so that's just my opinion on that. Okay, now we're gonna get into another subject here. Talk about one of my favorite investors, Warren Buffett. And on this story from the Motley Fool, which I've already read, Mr. Buffett has listed 5 of his favorite safest stocks. And so I just want to go over them real quick with you. We'll look at the chart and you can decide if you want to get into those or not. So the first one is Johnson & Johnson. Okay, I do have this particular stock. I love it. I love the dividend payouts and I love what they do for business. Here's a recent chart of this company for 1 year. This 1 year chart. Let's see. Okay, and they make consumer products. They dabble in medical devices and pharmaceuticals. Okay, the next company, Visa. If you're a consumer and you got good credit, you probably have a Visa debit or credit card. Visa is a very good company. Okay, so let me put my blue chip logo up because these are blue chip stocks. Okay. Blue chip stock talk alert. Blue chip stock talk alert. Next, after Visa and MasterCard, my bad. He's recommending both of those companies. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a live video where I purchase these 2 stocks, Visa and MasterCard. So stay tuned for that. Next up, U.S. Bank Corp. Okay, U.S. Bank Corp, stock symbol USB. He's a long-term investor in this particular stock. Let's see, they don't have a chart up for that one. Next stock is Chevron. Gas and oil. Chevron's a pretty big company. They have a nice market of consumers that buy their gas products, have their gas cards. So Chevron is a good blue chip stock and it's one of Warren Buffett's favorite. Okay, let me see the 10 stock. Okay, so that was what Warren Buffett was talking about. So let's go on to Mr. Elon Musk, Mr. Tesla, Mr. SpaceX. So Mr. SpaceX said he dumped most of his Bitcoin and he is doubling down on Dogecoin. So let's look at Dogecoin. Okay, let's bring up our Google Finance chart here. Take the blue chip stock away. Okay. And let's go to cryptocurrencies. Okay. And we want to bring up Dogecoin. What is Dogecoin doing? It's pretty cheap now. If you're a crypto investor, you can get a lot of Dogecoin right now. It's taking this page a moment to load. That'll give you a moment to maybe pause the video, get a soda, or fire one up if you got it. Let's see, crypto. I don't know why this move is so slow. Maybe a lot of people using it now. The market's on fire today. Let me see. Yeah, market doing pretty good today. Crypto, and where is Doge? Here we go, Dogecoin. Okay, let's look at the chart. Okay, so it's 7 cents per coin. I mean, that's a super cheap price, guys. At one point, Bitcoin was at this level. Now, I'm not a investment advisor and I'm not a crypto expert, but I would say if you have just a little extra money, instead of maybe buying some clothing article or something you just want but don't need, I would say invest in Dogecoin. I would say that. Okay, again, I'm not an investment advisor, but it's so cheap. I mean, it's 7 cents a pop. So you can't really beat that. Elon says he's going to do that. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. So I haven't looked at Ripple. XRP, that's their symbol. It's Ripple. So we have Ripple at 37 cents. What's the latest news? Well, let's go back to Dogecoin and see what was the latest news. Was there any news that we missed for Doge? Okay, it says, okay, here go the latest news on Doge. Doge has more potential applications than Cardano. Mark Cuban. Okay, is Doge capable of a 40% rally before the end of Q3? Dogecoin perks up to CPI. You know what CPI is? The Consumer Price Index. If you did not know that, that's what that is. And you can look up the Consumer Price Index. If you just log on to Google, type in CPI, Google will know what you're talking about and you can read a little bit about that. Shiba Inu and Dogecoin engage in war. Who will rule the bear market? So we'll see about that. Floodgates of capital. Crypto is braced for 21 trillion boom as price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Ripple, Solana, Cardano, Luna, Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin skyrocket. So guys, I mean, crypto is still fairly new. A lot of people don't know how to invest in it. I'm gonna do a video on investing on crypto because I use one broker account for crypto and stock, and that's gonna be Robinhood. And at the end of this video, like I said, it's gonna be a pretty long video. At the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Robinhood, and I'm gonna leave a link so you can get a free share of stock from Robinhood just for depositing $100. So Robinhood will give you a free stock, and they have a lot of perks, but we'll get into that at the end of the video. Let's see what else we got going on. Cardano, let's look at them real quick. Okay, 53 cents. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know a lot about Cardano. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Cardano. Okay, but you got this story about Cuban we saw. I guess they're big in the metaverse. Here's a story saying that they're big in the metaverse. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty cheap too if you think about it. Think about what the price of Bitcoin is right now. It's at 23,000. Let's look at it now. Well, it's at 24,000 now. Since I've been on, it just went from 23,000 some to 24,000. The previous was 23.9. So now it's at 24. Okay, but think of this price here. You see Bitcoin's at 24,000. Think if you could have got it at 53 cents a pop or 7 cents like Dogecoin is. So this is an investment opportunity, guys. I mean, if you got extra money just sitting around, and I know it's kind of hard for some people. Okay, I know it's kind of hard for some people. But I know you can come up with 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. Put a little investment on some of these smaller priced coins and just sit on them for a while. Just sit on them. Especially you younger guys. When you're younger, you have more room to make mistakes. And it's better that you make an investment mistake rather than going in debt buying material goods that you don't need. because you can learn from your investment mistakes. You also can learn from spending money on stuff you don't need, but it's better to learn the investment stuff first and then spend some money on stuff. Okay, I'm advising you guys to invest in stocks, crypto, real estate, and a business. The pillars of wealth: real estate, business, stocks. That's the pillars of wealth. Most wealthy people have their money in either real estate, a business, cryptocurrency. And some people are wealthy from jobs. Okay, yeah, some people have jobs that pay them so much it make them wealthy, but they probably was already wealthy before they got the job. Most people. Because the CEO of Chase Bank was already wealthy before he became the CEO of Chase Bank. And I'm quite sure Jamie Dimon has money in the stock market, has money in crypto, has a business, or is invested in a business as a silent partner. So don't be surprised that a lot of the millionaires and billionaires do more than one thing. You have to diversify your income. I'm gonna say something. And I put this on one of my other channels, but this is a saying that you should live by. If a person has the capacity to feed you, they also have the capacity to starve you. Meaning, always have more than one source of income. So now we want to talk a little bit about the market overall. What's been going on in the market, guys? Have your stocks been going up or down? Okay, my portfolio, I'm not complaining about it. I do believe that we could be doing a little bit better right now. I just think we could be doing a little bit better, but with everything that's going on, I'm not complaining. Okay, so I want to jump in my computer real quick and share with you some of the news I've been keeping up with. Okay, so first story comes from CNBC, one of my favorite news sites. I suggest you use it. I've already read this article, so I'm not going to read it to you. You can go read it yourself. You see it's on CNBC. But what they're saying is the S&P has hit highest level in 3 months after key report shows a slowdown in inflation. So remember, inflation in June went up to 9%, and then in July it went down to about 8.5%. Am I right? 8.5? Yeah, 8.5%. So that was a key for the market, letting us know that everything is gonna be okay for now. Okay, everything is gonna be okay for now. Main thing we need to do now is have patience and stick with your portfolio if you have a solid portfolio. It just depends. If you're a day trader, this is probably not the channel for you, because I don't deal with day trading. I don't deal with currency speculation. I do dividend reinvestment. I pick a stock. Okay. I look at the market cap. I look at how long the company's been in business. And then I look at the dividend rate. And then I take a deep dive into what the company does. I take a deep dive into some of their products. I even look at some of their products. If I haven't heard of the company before, I'll take a look at their website. I'll take a look at their social media. Okay. I'll look if they have a TikTok. I'll see which social media they're using. If they're a new company, or not a new, they're not going to be a new company. But I like to see if they're using some of the newer social medias like TikTok. Okay, TikTok is a very good opportunity for any business because it has the newer generation. They're spending a lot of time on TikTok. And if you're in a business or you have a business and you're not using TikTok, you're missing out on a huge opportunity because TikTok really is still on the ground floor. Okay, it really started popping back in 2020. It started getting some groundwork when the former president wanted to ban them, and there was a lot of controversy about their software. But now, people trust TikTok. A lot of heavy players are using TikTok. So after I look at their social media, I take a look at their CEO. Okay, I want to know what kind of CEO is, who is it? Then I take a look at their record. I actually do my due diligence when I'm picking stocks. Now, some companies I just like. Again, shameless plug, I like Nike. But other than Nike or maybe AT&T, I'm doing my due diligence on that company. Okay? I'm doing my due diligence on that company. Okay, also I want to let you guys know about story I found on Motley Fool, and it's telling you about if you got $1,000 right now, what you should be investing in. Okay, so we're gonna go over those companies real quick. Okay, if you got $1,000 right now and you're looking to invest, solid companies are Apple, okay, Qualcomm, okay, Tesla. I'm kind of iffy on Tesla, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Elon Musk. However, I think he was the first one to really jumpstart EVs. I kind of got a feeling somebody else is gonna come up and take his slot. But that's just me. That's just me. Teslas, I don't like the body style of the car. I don't like the look of them. I'm sorry. I tried. Okay, I tried to like them. I just don't like how they look. I don't like the shape. I know they got a sports car kind of favor the new Corvettes and kind of favor the Ferrari. I still don't. Okay, I'm waiting to 2025. I want to see the EV Corvette. That's what I'm waiting on. The EV Corvette, buddy. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's keep going. Well, it ended there. So Tesla is a good stock. My recommendation for some, let's go to the blue chip. Let's bring a blue chip thing up. And let me get back on screen. Okay, some of my favorite stocks. Okay, Pfizer. They make pharmaceuticals. Let's see. Let me look at my portfolio. I can't remember everything. Procter and Gamble. I love Procter. I love anyone who makes consumer goods. Any company that makes consumer goods, I like them. Walmart. I like Facebook. I like Google. Amazon. McDonald's. And let's see. Well, I'm sorry. It's not Facebook anymore. They changed their name to Meta. And their stock symbol is META. I still like that company. I believe Zuckerberg got a lot of good ideas for the metaverse. Even though I think we already wrapped up in enough social media. And when these people get locked in on the metaverse, we might not even see people in real life anymore. We'll just be meeting people on the metaverse. What do you guys think about the metaverse? That's something totally different. I never thought. I probably sound young, but I'm kind of up there. I never thought we'd be doing stuff like this. The metaverse. Meet me in the metaverse. But yeah, that's my blue chip stock list. Let's see what else I got up here. Oh, let's get to your boy Elon Musk. Let's share this screen with you. Okay, let me take this off. Elon Musk just sold 6.9 billion Tesla stock. That's kind of weird. But it's his money. It's his money. Hey, he bowed out of Bitcoin. He's selling a lot of Tesla stock. Who knows what this guy's up to? He's a good guy. I like him. I love his work ethic. I love his genius. But who knows what he's up to? We'll never know. Maybe he's getting his money out to go to Mars. He's always talking about Mars. So he sold 6 billion worth of his stock. Okay, let's check on the market real quick. Let's look what the market's doing. Okay, let's look at the US markets here. Again, I'm on Google Finance. I keep harping them up. They're not paying me to do promotion. I just love Google Finance. I used to use Yahoo. Yahoo has a good finance page, but when I started using Google, I was like, hey, this looks very good. So let's look at the Dow is up 285 points. S&P up 49.47 points. NASDAQ up 194.98. The Russell up 31.13. So today is August 12th. So far today, all markets are up. This VIX, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm not a financial expert, so I don't know what this one is. I know these. And I never went to school for this. I taught myself as a child, as a teenager. I was always curious about stock. When I used to watch TV and they say, well, the Dow Jones is blah, blah, blah. I used to always wonder, what is that? Because they don't teach you in school. Not in elementary, high school, and I'm not a college graduate. So I never knew. As I got older, I started learning about the S&P 500, and then the internet came out, and I was able to look at stocks, and I was investing, and I sold some stocks. I've been doing this for years just on my own. I remember there used to be a site called ShareBuilder. ShareBuilder.com. And I used to use that site, and I think they were one of the first companies to introduce where you don't have to buy a full share of a stock. And now everybody copies them. And back then you used to have to pay like $9 per trade to buy or sell. And that was kind of a lot if you think about it, especially if you didn't have much money. If you only got $100 and you want to buy a stock, well, you're only gonna get $90 worth because they charging 10. But now most of these brokerage accounts don't charge anything. Okay, because they make money just holding your stock, just holding it for you. They can get loans and discounts and stuff like that. Because I was wondering, how does Robinhood make money if they don't charge fees? And somebody said, hey, they hold the stock and that's collateral. So I don't think I'm dumb, and I don't think it's any dumb questions if people didn't know that. That's why a lot of these brokerage companies don't charge a fee, because just holding your stock as an asset, they can leverage that. So they're leveraging your money, which is it's cool. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Okay? Nothing is wrong with that. Okay, so now I want to talk about the overall economy, this recession that we're currently in versus the past recessions from maybe the 80s or early 90s. So I think the difference from what we have going on now versus what went on in the past, I think the internet is really saving us. Because in the past, when we went in a recession, there wasn't an internet. There weren't this many entrepreneurs able to start e-commerce brands online or people who are social media influencers online, or YouTubers, or content creators, or day traders. So actually, the internet is saving us. The internet is our savior. Apps, because there are companies making money from the app store. There are people who don't have to leave their home and make six figures. So that's the difference. Back in the day, people had regular jobs, storefront businesses. Maybe it was a mobile business here or there. Regular taxis. Now we have Uber, Uber Eats, DoorDash. A matter of fact, let me bring that to your attention. Uber Eats and DoorDash is saving a lot of restaurants. Because if it were not for Uber Eats and DoorDashes, a lot of these mom and pop small business restaurants would have been gone out of business. If it wasn't for Uber Eats and DoorDash, it'll be a lot of more people unemployed. And I hear people complain, the people who, work those jobs, and it's a gig job and the money is never guaranteed. But really, if you think about it, in life, nothing is guaranteed. So to the Uber drivers and the DoorDashers, thank you. Thank you for your service. You guys are helping keep the economy afloat, whether you know it or not. To the e-commerce developers and the app developers, thank you. You guys are keeping the economy afloat. To the YouTubers and to Google and YouTube, thank you. You guys are keeping the economy afloat. To OnlyFans, they're helping because they're generating money. People are generating revenue. People are able to pay their bills. For the people at the 9 to 5s and you're kind of struggling, sometimes you have to think of more than one way to have an income. That's serious. See, we're not back in the day where you just had a job and you kept that job your whole life, and they gave you a pension and they gave you a gold watch when you turn 65. Those days are over. A lot of these places have a very high turnover rate. A lot of people are not satisfied with the wages. So that's kind of a big problem too. And then we add in inflation and student loans and how high rent is. Even where I live in a moderate city, and even here the rent is outrageous. So that's something to think about. I think we kind of blessed to be in America, or if you in the United States, it's a fair, good country, and you can thrive here. That's for real. I believe that. I believe that if a person works hard, has integrity, focus on their goals, stay focused like a laser, then you can achieve what you want to achieve. So let me jump into my computer before I go off on a tangent of preaching over here. And we'll go over a couple of my favorite headlines. Okay, let's see. Take this off. Okay, so this is from CNET.com. Inflation, interest rates, and jobs. How today's economy compares to the recession of the past. I actually just covered that. Okay, so we won't go over that. Next thing, property investors are holding back as the global economy sours, says Singapore's capital land investment. So basically, a lot of real estate investors went wild in 2020 and 2021, buying up property all over, jacking up the rents. A lot of people started Airbnb businesses and they were doing Airbnb arbitrage, where they were renting an apartment and then listing it on Airbnb. A lot of wholesalers. And if you don't know what wholesaling real estate is, maybe I'll make a video about that. I don't know if that industry is dead or not. I participated in it for about a year. And my problem that I had with wholesaling real estate is I didn't like lowballing people for their property. But that's just me. I don't look down on that business at all. And I give my highest regards to anybody who's a wholesaler. So let me be very clear. It wasn't for me. So that's why I didn't do it. But wholesalers are having a hard time getting homes. Investors are freezing up their money because what's happened, the housing market is in a bubble, and we all know this. Some of these houses they got for $300,000 are not worth $300,000. It's just during COVID, people were just, I don't know what to say. But the housing market is completely out of control. Some people bought houses on the speculation that it would go up. Some people sold their house and now they can't find a place to live. So that's a big problem right now. And then you got a lot of investment companies that own single family homes and they have the rent too expensive. And I know this is a capitalistic society, okay, and that's fine. But I mean, come on. And then not to even mention the slumlords where I live at. Is some company in New York keep buying the apartment complexes where I live, and they're not fixing anything and they're jacking the rents up. So that's just not right. I mean, I do believe you're supposed to do right. It's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with being a capitalist, but it's a difference between wrong and right. I do believe that. Yes. Okay, some people are what you call greedy. That's not me. Okay, because I know that greed, that's just not a good thing when you just outright greedy. Okay, so again though, I believe the rent's so high because of the Airbnb investors. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be Airbnb and have a business with Airbnb. But when you're taking up property that could go to a single family and people who need housing, college students move to town and there's no housing available for them, then we run into problems. Then we got the bubble. We got people who think their house is worth what Zillow says without having a complete inspection. You cannot go off what Zillow lists your property as. That's what you call a guesstimate. They call it a zestimate. That's what it's called, a zestimate. So when Zillow lists your property at $300,000, that's them assuming that the property is perfect. Don't need a new roof. Plumbing is good. Electrical is good. It's in a good neighborhood. I mean, they just assuming that, but you really have to inspect the property before you can put a price on it or a number on it. In good faith, in a perfect world, Zillow estimates will be good. So let's continue though. Okay, I didn't want to get off into a tangent about real estate. Okay, next story from the Wall Street Journal. I already read it. OPEC cuts oil demand forecast as economy growth slows. So if the people the big boys, which is these guys here, they look like some big boys, right? If they cutting up the oil production because they feel people ain't gonna be buying a lot of oil, well, that's a problem. They think and then see another thing that us Americans not realizing. It's not just us in a recession. It's the whole world. So if we got a cold, the rest of the world got the flu. That's something to think about. We whining and complaining about how much our gas costs, but gas overseas is super high. Okay, Let's go to the next story. And this is something I was really enthusiastic about when I read it, because the bond traders dismissed the stock market rally as misguided euphoria. So they think that the guys that's so happy that the market is doing okay just got euphoria, because they feel the economy is still lagging and that we're in a recession. Again, the numbers for this third quarter is gonna tell it all. So school has started back for most places, or about to start back pretty soon. That's this third quarter. So it should be a lot more spending, school clothes stuff, more gas being bought because the teachers going back to school and the buses gotta have gas. So only time will tell. So at the end of this third quarter, which I think is the end of September, yeah, the end of September, we'll know. We'll know if we're in a recession or not. Because if the GDP numbers don't match up, actually that'll be the third consecutive quarter of no growth in the GDP. That constitutes a recession. In conclusion, I want you to look at investing like planting a tree or a plant. When you let's just say investing is like planting an apple tree. When you first plant an apple tree, you have to water it and prune it and take care of it and manage it. If you're a new investor, look at investing as planting an apple tree. Okay, it takes several years, ups and downs, good and bad, in order for you to harvest apples. Investing is sort of like that. Safe investing. That's why I want you to do safe investing, long-term investing, and hopefully dividend reinvestment. Okay, and the easiest way to invest is using a company called Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood is one of the premier online and mobile brokerage companies. It's free to sign up. It's free to make trades. It's free to withdraw your money. And they give you a debit card. Okay. So I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. If you want to make a comment, if you notice a mistake I made, if you notice something I said incorrectly, if you don't like the way I talk, let me know. Okay, let me know. If you do like it, hey, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be opening up a Patreon where I'm gonna really give out good game, but I'm not giving that game out here on YouTube. Okay, you'd have to join my Patreon. I'm gonna make it a moderate price, and it's gonna be filled with the good stuff. Okay, so just stay tuned. Stay safe. Keep investment. Take care of your family and always do the right thing. This is Maurice with Market Watch from Maurice. Thanks again. And I'm out. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to tell you about Robinhood. Robinhood is a mobile and online brokerage account company. Okay, you can buy stocks as little as for $1. You can buy crypto, including Bitcoin and Shiba Inu. You get a Robinhood cash card where you can take your money out at an ATM. Okay, so real quick, what I want you to do is click the link below. It's going to be a link somewhere around this video. And when you click that link, you're going to wind up on this page. You're going to get 1 free stock when you join Robinhood using my particular link. So just when you click the link, you'll get your free stock. You sign up. They also have other reward items. So click the link around this video or below. And thanks for watching.